"We may not win today or tomorrow," Charles Houston wrote in 1947, "but the storm gathers, and all the pride and power of prejudice will be swept away." Houston did not live to see legal segregation abolished, but the fight continued following his death in 1950. In fact, it was time to test the final phase of his strategy. It was time to put the concept of separate on trial. The NAACP filed suit on behalf of the Reverend Oliver Brown and a dozen other families living in Topeka, Kansas. Brown's daughter, Linda, was forced to walk 21 blocks to the nearest black school, while there was a comparable white school only 7 blocks away. Their case was consolidated with 4 other cases of school segregation and came before the United States Supreme Court bearing one name: Oliver Brown versus Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas. On behalf of the plaintiffs, Thurgood Marshall argued that it was not enough to have equal public schools. He produced evidence that suggested segregation itself branded black children with a stamp of inferiority that affected their ability to learn. For the defendants, attorney John W. Davis based his argument on the 1896 precedent of Plessy versus Ferguson. He asserted that Negroes should not throw away the equality that existed between black and white schools simply to achieve prestige. For 17 months, the nation waited. Finally, on May 17, 1954, the court handed down its opinion. Before a hushed courtroom, Chief Justice Earl Warren read the unanimous decision.
In the field of public education, the doctrine of separate but equal has no place. Separate educational facilities are inherently unequal.
The news resounded in every quarter of American society. The Negro-owned Chicago Defender newspaper wrote,
"Neither the atom bomb nor the hydrogen bomb will ever be as meaningful to our democracy as the unanimous decision of the Supreme Court."
Few Southerners welcomed the Brown decision. The most venomous critics predicted a new racial war.
Human blood may stain Southern soil, but the dark red stains of that blood will be on the marble steps of the United States Supreme Court building.
The progressive newspaperman, Harding Carter Jr., thought differently.
For 75 years, we sent Negro kids to school in hovels and pig pens. We must replace trickery and subterfuge with an honest realization that every American child has the right to an equal education.